Welcome back, Gangies. We've come down with The Sickness. This was a plot mainly by the LC developers et al. Plus a lot of the grandmasters in the competitive programming community have all banded together to try and stop us in the HCC. However, we cannot be stopped. So fortunately, we're back once again. So yesterday we were doing some more ideal LeetCoding on the ideal LeetCoding platform. For those who do not know, that platform is the mobile platform. So if you find yourself doing LeetCode on a computer, or if you find anyone you know doing LeetCode on a computer, you should tell them to stop and to get some help, because it's just not an ideal experience. And when you're on your phone, you're in your bed, you're cuddled up, you got your jams going on. It doesn't get any better than that. So I think that's where we're at. Also yesterday, we did another medium. We did a medium yesterday, which is a feel strong man. I think recently my motivation has been waning. I wouldn't even say motivation, because we're not even motivated most of the time. I would say my interest has definitely decreased a little bit on the easies. I think mostly because it kind of feels like a slog. I think for the most part, when we find an easy that's relatively challenging, it can be, pretty rewarding to get through it. But at the same time, we're kind of at the point where we're busting through like 3-4 easies in like 30 minutes. Maybe that means we no longer have any value to be gained. Interestingly enough, I read a post about someone who had also done quite a large number of problems, and they had also stopped after doing about 330 easies. I think where we're currently at, we're at like 304 or 309. I just checked. So I think we're experiencing the same thing. That being said, we did a problem yesterday, which was longest contiguous palindromic substring. I think we did it in about n cubed time, which is pretty horrendous, fortunately. But hope remains. So I think we're going to do today is we're going to read the solution for that. See if there is a better way to do it, and then I think we're going to get on the medium train. So yeah, I think I definitely accomplished what I wanted to do with this. I just wanted to get more comfortable with the easy problems, and also just some of the basic array fundamental stuff. But at the same time, I really wanted to complete all the easies beforehand. But at the same time, I'm definitely thinking I needed more of a challenge, and for some reason, brain goes sad when no challenge. So we need some more challenges. Maybe we'll alternate between mediums and easies, but yesterday's medium was actually a fun little brain teaser to do. In fact, we actually solved it really quickly, and most of the time spent, I think we solved it in like 12 minutes or something like that. But the problem was, I wasn't exactly certain. On LeetCode, it's hard to tell whether or not there's two substring functions, which is dot substr and there's dot substring, and they have different implementations, and I was unclear which one I was using. And once we fixed that, the solution worked. So I would say we're back to doing mediums, but I think we're gonna alternate. I think we're in a good place now to do it, to do this. So I think we're about to get cooked, to be frank. We've been doing a lot of tree problems and some graph problems, but I haven't touched graph problems since we were doing some stuff. I haven't touched graph problems since I was doing something for an Amazon interview. So maybe we're probably gonna get cooked, TBH, but I think I'm down for that. I mean, there's nothing like getting cooked. So it kind of flames, keeps us humble, and then yeah, so I think that's where we're gonna start. And then yeah, I think we should have some fun with this. We'll probably be stuck on these problems till college, or till the end of time. But yeah, I remember reading Thomas's comment about doing mediums. We could be stuck in this stage for years, but fortunately, we're not in any rush. And our future selves will thank us for the time taken to accomplish this now. So we're gaining some discipline points and some executive function points, and God knows we need it. So that's where we're at. And yeah, we're just gonna jump into it. So gonna keep it at Dowie. Have to charge something real quick. Pain. Feel strong, man. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna jump into the medium. We had some easies lined up. They're all canceled. There's nothing else that can be done. This is where we're at. So I think we just need to do. I'm gonna check our history. The problem was longest palindromic substring, and then we're gonna change our difficulty from easy to medium. So ideal frequency here. So actually, I wonder if we look at both the frequency of the problems sorted by, if we look at both easies and mediums sorted by frequency, I wonder how it ends up looking. Wow, it's actually, how long does it take to get to? Oh, you can't select more than one. Oh, that's depressing. That's a shame. But either way, we're gonna look at the mediums today and just go down for frequency. We're probably gonna get cooked. So this is really just gonna be a me getting dunked on montage. So I think that's where we're at. So I'm gonna start the timer. We're gonna look at how he finished. Oh wait, no, we have comments. We have from Sir Pellinor, the God King, as well as the Ideal Cat. Look at this cutie pie. Here's some Anime Rex. Hajime no Ippo. This is a good show. I've seen it. Good show. Fate Zero. There's a ton of them. I'm not a huge fan, but I do like that they have an unlimited budget, and the animation can be very satisfying sometimes. So I can't knock it. And then we have Kuroko no Basket. This is top 20 shows, okay? Kuroko no Basket is just an enjoyable experience. Yeah, it's just an ideal experience. In fact, yeah, it's just a good, yeah, it's an ideal show. I won't spoil anything, but yeah, it's a good show, and I enjoyed it. So if anyone hasn't seen this, I'd highly recommend. But I'm gonna say facts, bro. True. You got any low-key picks? Here we are. So we have longest palindromic sob sequence. Longest palindromic sob sequence. Introduce the following ideas: palindrome, dynamic. DP. DP. Just depressing. Those two words are just very depressing. Make sure you understand what a palindrome means. A palindrome is a string which means the same in both directions. For example, S is equal to ABA is a palindrome, S is equal to ABC is not. Longest common substring. Common mistake. Some people attempt to come up with a quick solution, which unfortunately is flawed, however, can be corrected. Reverse S and become S prime. Reverse S and it becomes S prime. Find longest common substring between S and S prime. We could see that the longest common substring method fails when there exists a reversed copy of a non-palindromic substring in some other part of S. To rectify this, each time we find the longest common substring candidate, we check if the substring's indices are the same as the reverse substring's original indices. We could use the longest common substring. We could see the longest common. We could see that the longest common substring method fails when there exists a reversed copy of a ABCD. We have a reversed copy of a non-palindromic substring in some other part of S. So if we have A back, C, D, F, G, D, A, G, D, C, A, B, A. You check if the substring's indices are the same as the reversed substring's original indices. We check if the substring's indices are the same. We check if the substring's indices are the same as the reversed substring's original indices. What does that mean? We check if the substring's indices are the same as the reversed, and that would stop us from okay. TBH, I don't really get how they solved it. We got n cubed. We'll take it. This medium has a ridiculous number of dislikes. The string PayPal is hiring is written in zigzag pattern on a given number of rows like this. Pawn Apple Sig YIR. Write the code that will take a string and make this conversion given a number of rows. Well, what should the spacing be? It's unclear. The first row has 4, the next row has 7, and then the next row has 3. So it's unclear how many elements belong in a row. the word can be at max 1,000 characters, and S consists only of lowercase English letters, or lower and uppercase, and commas and periods. In a zigzag pattern. What does that mean? A zigzag pattern. Oh, it is. Oh, no, never mind. It's not a zigzag pattern because the pattern is incomplete here. Oh, it's incomplete because we're out of characters. But if we weren't out of characters, there would be a character here. So it looks like the zigzag, P-A-Y, P-A, P-L-I, so we go down, then we go I-S-H, H-I-R, R-I-N, then we go down for G, and then we run out of characters. The reason we need a number of rows is to know how far to go down before coming up until we reach the 0th indice again. I see. And as we're going up, we should also increment the... Oh. Also, apologies for all the coughing. It seems like we could just, what if we were to pre-create 4 arrays, which would correspond to the number of rows, and then we could just have 2 steps, right? We go down until we can't anymore, and then once we can't go down anymore, we go up. We actually go upright. Once we can't go up anymore, we just go straight down. Once we can't go up anymore, we go upright until we can't. I think this lends itself well to an algorithm we can write. So let's see. Maybe we took it too simply. When would this not work? It feels like this would work. So we'll say S is equal to a string. Right, we're gonna have a number of arrays. All right, we're gonna create the number of arrays based on the number of rows. From here, we can say, well, s.length is not equal 0. We're going to do some work. And then at the end, I think we just have to combine these all together. So we'd have 4 rows, 4 arrays. We want to say ours dot map a dot join so we'd have a bunch of, we have an array of arrays of characters. We join them all to be an array of strings, and then at the end we could join them all together like so. So we'll start at row equals 0, and we'll say while row first of all, while s.length is not equal 0, and we want to go down until we can't go down anymore, and row is less than num rows. This means that we would do ours sub row dot push s dot, actually might, be simpler if we just if we spread S into an array. That way we can do S dot shift, and we can always reverse this so that we don't actually keep doing so much shifting. Right, now that we can't go down anymore, we have to go up. And I don't actually think it matters the column because the way we'll add to the column is by simply adding to the array in that row. So what we're really doing is just going up and down and up and down. And I think it's only our perception of the number, the output created, that creates the zigzag. Maybe we shall see. We'll say, well, S does not equal 0, and while rho is greater than right. Once we go down, we're gonna want to go up. So we've gone down. We're at index 0, 3. We're at index 4. We're going to subtract 1 since 4 doesn't exist and go to index 3. Now at index 0, we're going to say 3 is less than num rows, which is 4. R sub row sub index 3 does equal the one here, which is P, which is actually not ideal. So we can do is subtract another 1 from it. But no, we went down. Right, now we're going up. Now it'll be index 2, which is perfect, and then we can push another character on, which would be A, right, which is 2, right? Then we'll subtract 1, we'll push L onto the next array, then we'll go down to 0, right, and then we'll subtract, then we'll push the 0 on. Right, and now you want to go down again. To go down again, we have to let row equal 1. And I think this makes sense. So if we let row equal 0, right, we end up putting the first row P, A, Y, P, right? Then we have row equaling 4, which is not less than num rows. So now we have row minus equal 1 to get actually equal to an index that actually exists in the matrix, I guess. Then we have s dot length is not equal 0, and row is greater than or equal to 0. You're going to subtract right, we're going to subtract again to get it equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 to get us to P, and then we subtract again to get us to Y. And we push another character on, another character on, another character on. And then we set, after we're done, we set row equal to 1, which would put us here. Yeah, which would put us at the second array to start going down again. I feel like this makes sense. But maybe it doesn't make any sense at all. r's sub row dot push in line 17 r sub row the answer is hiding in the math of it, and I hate having to work with off by 1 errors. Row equals 0. We do 0 is less than 4. We push 0. We push P on to the first array. We add 1. 1 is less than 4. We push A onto the array. We add 1. 2 is less than 4. We push 2 on. We push Y onto the array. Add 1. 3 is less than 4. Add 1. Now we're at 4, right? And 4 is not less than 4. So we're at 4. We subtract 1. That puts us at index 3. S.length isn't empty, and row has to be greater than or equal to 1, which it is. So you subtract 1, and then we do r sub row push sr dot shift. Then we're at 1, right? Or at 2, so we push A on, right? 2 is greater than or equal to 1, right? So we subtract 1, and then we add the L in this spot. And so now we're at 1. And so we add the I. Zero, we add 1. We're at this index, we add 1. We're at this index, we add 1. Now we're at we have PAY, APL, Okay, so it looks like the logic is fine. We're just adding undefined somehow. Yeah, we just keep, okay, we just literally keep adding undefined. And I see the problem. S dot length never decreases in size. What we were using was SR, and we should probably change all of these. So we have AB here. If we have one row, we would add one row. SR length wouldn't equal 0. And row would be less, so we would push A on. Row plus equal 1 wouldn't be empty, but now 1 would not be less than it. So we'd subtract 1. We could just handle the edge case. If number rows equal 1, we'll just return S. Okay, well, I think that is satisfying. Yeah, there's something really annoying about off by 1 cases, and something about getting into the edges of that is just really frustrating. But I'm gonna be honest, gang, my brain is fried and I'm coughing up a storm. So I think we'll stop there for today.